Good morning, neighbors. It is Friday, March 13th, 2026, and you are listening to the Murphy Morning Show. I am your host, Sara, here to keep you company with the latest news, weather, and community happenings from right here in Murphy and around our little corner of the mountains. Let us start with what is happening around town and across Cherokee County. Our community is still processing the ongoing ripple effects from the tragic dog mauling that claimed the life of 74-year-old Diane Emily Pellington of Murphy late last month, a loss that has shaken many of you who live out in the rural communities and keep animals or walk country roads every day. Local leaders and neighbors are continuing tough conversations about stronger animal control rules, better enforcement, and how to balance personal responsibility with community safety so that something like this never happens again. At the county level, law enforcement leadership remains in the spotlight after Cherokee County Sheriff Dustin Smith suddenly dropped out of his re-election campaign earlier this year and then resigned from office. In the weeks since, Chief Deputy Justin Jacobs has been handling the day-to-day responsibilities, while local Republican leaders have thrown their support behind Chris Wood as the person they would like to see finish out the remainder of the sheriff's term, setting up an important transition in how public safety is led in our county going forward. Murphy and all of Cherokee County are also living with the memory of the hospital escape and shooting last summer when a Cherokee County inmate got away from custody during a medical visit at Erlanger Western Carolina Hospital in the Peachtree community, and a law enforcement officer was killed. That tragedy put a painful spotlight on security procedures during inmate transports, coordination between the sheriff's office and medical facilities, and the toll that dangerous situations take on first responders and their families, conversations that are still shaping policy and training today. To our neighbors over in Andrews, folks are still recovering from the massive industrial chicken coop fire earlier this year that destroyed a major poultry operation and killed an estimated 85,000 to 86,000 chickens. Fire officials described it as roughly a $5 million loss for the small town. And while the cause of the blaze remains under investigation, the economic and emotional impact on workers, farmers, and nearby residents is significant, with the community rallying to support families tied to the plant and to consider what safer operations and fire protections should look like in the future. On a brighter note, downtown Murphy is gearing up for a very full spring season. Main Street's second Saturday Shop and Sip afternoons are back, with the next one set for tomorrow, Saturday, March 14th, from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock in downtown Murphy. Local shops will be offering special deals, extended hours, and a relaxed chance to stroll the sidewalks, browse handcrafted goods, and enjoy a beverage while you support the small businesses that keep our town center alive and welcoming. Looking a little further ahead, organizers are deep into planning for the Murphy Spring Festival, one of the biggest days of the year downtown. This year's festival is scheduled for Saturday, May 2nd, from 12 o'clock noon until 8 o'clock in the evening, with a rain date on Sunday, May 4th, and it will bring live music on the town stage, a beer and wine garden, food trucks, a kids' carnival, and fireworks to cap off the night as visitors fill Tennessee Street and Valley River Avenue for a full day of music, shopping, and hometown hospitality. There is also word that the new town stage and roundabout improvements downtown will give this year's event an extra polished feel and more room for vendors and families to spread out and enjoy the day. And it is not just Murphy getting into the spirit. Spring event calendars are filling up across our mountain region. Tourism promoters have been reminding folks to mark their calendars for a whole lineup of seasonal happenings, including the Andrews Spring Fling planned for late April in downtown Andrews and other Cherokee County spring festivals that will feature food, music, and craft vendors. It all points to a very busy spring and early summer for those of you who love to get outside, listen to live music, and wander around with a funnel cake in hand. Now let us talk about the weather for Murphy over the next 3 days. Today, Friday, March 13th, we are looking at a cool, early spring kind of day, with an afternoon high right around the upper 50s, about 59 degrees, and a morning low in the mid-30s, close to 35 degrees. Skies should be partly to mostly cloudy, with only a slight chance of a light shower. So you might want a jacket if you are out early or late, but you should still be able to enjoy some dry time outdoors. Tomorrow, Saturday, March 14th, temperatures rebound a bit with afternoon highs in the low 60s, around 63 degrees, and morning lows close to 40 degrees. There could be a spotty shower or two, but overall it looks like a decent day for that second Saturday downtown, with a mix of clouds and sun and just enough chill in the air to remind you that it is still early spring in the mountains. On Sunday, March 15th, we stay in that same neighborhood, with highs near the upper 50s to around 60 degrees and lows dipping back into the mid-30s. Another weak disturbance could bring a few light showers, especially later in the day. But we are not talking about a washout, more like a jacket, an umbrella in the car, and a keep an eye on the sky kind of Sunday as we ease toward the heart of spring. And right here, while we are talking about the weather and your plans, let me pause for a quick favor. If you enjoy getting your Murphy news, weather, and community updates this way, please remember to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and absolutely slam the notification bell so you never miss a morning together. If you find value in this show, it would mean the world if you would share the channel with a friend, a neighbor, or even that family member who just moved to the mountains and wants to feel more connected. All right, let us move into our community events rundown so you can plan your weekend and the weeks ahead. As we mentioned earlier, tomorrow, Saturday, March 14th, Downtown Murphy will host the second Saturday Shop and Sip from 2 o'clock until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Shops up and down the main streets will be open with specials, samples, and giveaways, and many of the restaurants and cafes will be ready with snacks and drinks, so you can make an afternoon of it, stroll with friends, and show some love to the businesses that give Murphy its character. If you are looking for something a bit more social or celebratory in a private setting, the Ballroom on Hiwassee Street in Murphy continues to stay busy as a local event space. Their calendar this month includes private parties, like a Saturday evening birthday celebration this weekend, and they regularly host everything from dance nights and wedding receptions to community health screenings. So keep an eye on their schedule if you enjoy dressing up a little and hitting the dance floor close to home. Looking toward the next several weeks, Spring Festival season is truly on the way. Again, the Murphy Spring Festival is set for Saturday, May 2nd, from midday into the evening, and organizers are still welcoming vendors, artists, and food trucks who want to be part of what is often described as the biggest annual event in downtown Murphy. If you have family visiting or a business that would benefit from the extra foot traffic, go ahead and circle that date in big, bold letters on your calendar. For those of you who enjoy a short scenic drive, there are also some regional events worth noting just over the line. Blairsville, Georgia, has a very full March calendar, including continuing events at the John C. Campbell Folk School's online auction and special evenings at local wineries with live music and tastings, offering a fun day trip if you want to explore beyond Cherokee County while still supporting mountain communities that feel a lot like home. Later this month and into April, they will continue to host music nights, trivia evenings, and community gatherings that add some variety to your weekend plans. As always, when you are heading to any of these events, especially in the evenings, build in a little extra drive time on our curvy mountain roads, watch for wildlife at dusk and after dark, and designate a sober driver if your plans include sampling beer or wine. And if the forecast shifts and we get more rain or a chilly night than expected, pack that extra jacket, maybe a blanket for outdoor shows, and be kind and patient with event volunteers who are doing their best to keep things running smoothly. That is it for this Friday edition of the Murphy Morning Show. Thank you for starting your day with me and for caring so deeply about what happens here in Murphy, in Andrews, in Peachtree, and across our mountain communities. I am Sara, wishing you a peaceful, safe, and connected day, and I hope you get at least a few minutes to step outside, take a deep breath of that cool mountain air, and appreciate where we live. Take good care of yourselves and one another, enjoy the weekend events, And do not forget to subscribe, like, slam that notification bell, and share this channel with a friend who could use a friendly local voice in the morning. I will be back with you tomorrow with more news, weather, and community stories from right here at home.